Hi, my name is Michelle and I'm owner of Rentevent, and I'm here to show you this tutorial about how I make our artificial or faux foliage greenery garlands. First, I was petrified because I haven't done a tutorial live on YouTube before. So once you have gathered all your pieces together in the sizes that you actually want them to be, you then layer them up. I find it's best to use different variations of artificial foliage because you get a nice mix of the different greens. I don't think too hard about which pieces I'm going to put into each bunch, other than I like to have a mix of the longer stems and the shorter stems. I much prefer doing it this way because I like the look of the randomness of the garland rather than the set piece look. And of course you don't have to calculate that you have all the right pieces per bunch. When you are happy with how your bunch looks, you then pick up a cable tie or a bit of wire and tie tight to secure the bunch. So when you've got all your bunches tied, you are then on to the next step, which is to attach them either to a string, a bit of twine or rope or ribbon, depending on the look you're after. Seeing as I'm going to be making a greenery garland, I'm going to use this colour of twine, which is the best match I could find. You want to make sure you cut off all the excess cable ties so they're not showing through. Unwind several feet of twine. At this stage, you don't really want to cut it because you're not going to know quite how much you're going to need per garland. Tie securely to your first bunch that you're going to be using. I like to use several knots just to make it more secure. Right, next you take your next bunch and then you're going to place it on top of the first bunch about halfway down, just enough to cover the stems on the first bunch, so you won't have a gap. You're then going to take the twine and you're going to wind it around the second bunch stems. Now you wind it a few times around, keeping it nice and tight. You keep going along with the same process until you have finished layering up all your bunches. Okay, I've finished tying in all my bunches that I've made, and this is the final look. Like I say, it's quite long, it's just over 2 meters in length. It hangs well and it's so secure. I find working with the garlands in 2 meter lengths a much more manageable length to deal with. It's easy to put over a table as a table runner, put around a window, on top of a backdrop. You can also add more garlands, but it's just easier to use 2 meter lengths. So you now have your finished greenery garland, but you decide you want to add a bit of colour. It's so easy just to add in some stems of flowers. You just poke them in different areas and you can either secure it with wire. I find they hold quite well in the mechanisms of the garland that I've already made. Plus it's easy to take out if you want to put them in a different area or not to use them at all and you haven't damaged your garland. Again, I love to poke them in at random places because I really do like the organic look. Plus it saves the headache of planning a particular design. I find it's also nice to add in extra foliage once you've made your garland with like trailing pieces of foliage for that added fuller look. It really does look nice. Here I'm showing adding in white flowers, different types of flowers. They're all artificial, faux. There's no real flowers or foliage in this garland. You really can get some nice pieces that look so lifelike.